Several hours later, I sneaked into the science lab on one of the upper levels where all of the top scientists I gathered earlier worked on the wormhole project. Some on terminals, the rest in person. I could sense anxiety, fear, and even terror coming from them. I could not place whether they were afraid they would never solve the issue or if they knew more than they said and, like the others I spoke with, feared the truth being revealed. I walked over to the long counter in the middle of the large room. I could see 3 holographic simulations of the wormhole. I moved to the first wormhole, where it collapsed. The team watched the computer as results scrolled on the terminal. Similar scenes occurred as I navigated through the other simulations. Are we making any progress? Of course, we are not, the dark-haired woman on the terminal barked. This is impossible. We have not found a solution in decades. Why would we find one now? Anyone who thinks this is impossible, that doesn't think we can do this, I declared, settled at the front of the counter and looked from one person to another. You can leave now. You can drop out of this project because I am going to figure this out, even if I have to do it alone. I watched several of the terminals go black and other people leave the room. I noticed that 5 people stayed behind, including Zay. To him, I posed, "Are you staying because you think we can do this, or are you staying because I am your superior officer?" He closed the gap between us and answered, touching my hand, "I am staying because I believe in you and your abilities. I also understand, from your perspective, why this is important." He clutched my hand. "We will figure this out. We will make this right." "I know that," I agreed, then felt a sense of urgency, of needing to go somewhere. I just didn't know where. Just then, a feminine voice came over my commlet, "Colonel, we are unable to locate Samantha. We have searched the school for her, but she is nowhere to be found. I have alerted security, but so far, they are unable to locate her." The headmistress of the onboard school. Rylan Warner. Zay and I exchanged an uneasy glance before I pressed my thumb down on the center of my commlet and charged, "Security, I want a team assembled to locate Samantha Locke." "Colonel," came Lieutenant Colonel Jordan Garcia's voice, "we are doing all we can." "That is not good enough. There are people trying to take her from me," I insisted, holding Zay's gaze, "and take her back to a planet that will kill her. If you don't find her, I will, and if anything happens to her, I am holding you responsible. I put the LVN on lockdown and still these people got on board." "No one has gotten aboard since we went on lockdown," she protested. "Are you sure? Her grandparents were on their way here, we went on lockdown and now Samantha is missing," I challenged, studying the data coming through in front of Zay. "That either sounds like they were on board before the lockdown or came aboard afterward." I wrinkled my brow and whispered to Zay, pointing to the screen, "I want more experiments done on this." "Mama, help me," I heard Samantha say in my mind. Apparently, we had a telepathic connection like my father and me. Had we always been connected in this way? Did it just begin? I would have to look into it. "Where are you?" I asked, noticing as Zay changed the frequencies on the terminal. "I don't know. I seem to be stuck somewhere. Not like a physical place. I don't know where I am. I am getting scared." "What do you mean not a physical place?" "I mean that I am conscious, but there is no sense of my body or anything around me." My heart pounded. "Do you know if Drew is with you? In the same place?" "I don't know. Mama, help. I'm doing my best. Stay tight. We will make this all right." "I don't know," I told Zay, waiting to catch his eye. "I think I changed something when I time traveled because Samantha told me telepathically that she is not in a physical place. I think her and Drew are in the same place. We have to set this right. The problem is I don't know how." He put his arms around me and assured me, "We've got this. I don't know how, but I know we are going to fix everything." He studied me for a moment. "You really love them, don't you?" "Yeah, I didn't know Samantha existed, but I just feel like we are connected, and Drew, well, I have never forgotten Drew or stopped loving him." "I know. I never had a chance with the ghost of your relationship with Drew hanging around. I give you props. You tried to make us work, but between Drew and Dominic, I couldn't compete." "Really, Zay?" "Because I remember not being able to compete with your blondes, brunettes and redheads. They are nothing in comparison to you, but, you are right, I am not a settle down and build a life with, kind of guy." Tony advised me over my commlet, Fireball is finished decoding the disks. I will meet you in your quarters to discuss the information. I twisted my mouth and said, you guys, keep working on the simulations. I will go see what I can find out from the wormhole creators' journals, or whatever is on those disks. Then I slipped out the doors and headed to my quarters, feeling Drew and Samantha's anxiety mounting.